Hello everybody, my name is Ash and welcome to another Mass Effect Andromeda video. Today's video, it's been a long time since I've uploaded an Andromeda video, but this video isn't so much about the multiplayer, it's about the upcoming single player playthrough that I'm doing. A continuation of my Mass Effect single player series that has been published on YouTube every Monday evening for the past year or so. And we're pretty much halfway through Mass Effect 3, and obviously Andromeda is coming after Mass Effect 3. Yeah, that's how the order of things, the order of release, so on and so forth. Don't need to explain that to you. And I'm just using this multiplayer footage that in the background as B-roll as I talk. Give you something to look at. So basically, the Mass Effect single player, the Andromeda single player. This playthrough is going to be modded. I did my first playthrough a few years back, and that was unmodded. And after that playthrough, I was like, you know what? No, never again. I want some quality of life stuff in this game because there was a lot of. I enjoy Andromeda. Its combat is really fun, but there is a lot to be desired. So this video is will kind of serve as an introduction to that Andromeda playthrough. I've already started it as well. I mean, by the time this playthrough will start on YouTube, it'll be September, and I'm recording this audio in July. I'm recording this in July, and I already started streaming the game on Twitch back in June. So if you guys haven't joined the stream, please, I urge you come by and watch. I stream Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, and my playthrough is basically a adept. Got a bit of Vanguard in there, but mostly adept. And the mod list, which I'm going to go through in a second, the aim is to do like vanilla plus, where it's like the game still feels vanilla. It's not overly modded, but it's just there to make the game a bit easier, a bit flow, a bit easier, a bit more enjoyable. I say easier, not like in terms of combat. I'm still getting my ass kicked. I mean, insanity. You know, anything looks at you wrong, you're pretty much dead immediately. But, you know, it's one of them. I feel like a glass cannon. So, the mod list. So, the first mod on my list is fast mining. Now, the mining in this game is terrible. Like, if they couldn't have made Mass Effect 2's mining any worse, they certainly did it here. So fast mining, basically, all I need to do is fire off one drone and that's it. I've got all the resources in that area. I don't need to drive, and try and hit the peaks of, scanners, close as possible. I just, one drone, that's it, done. Easy, simple, just drive in, fire the drone, drive out. So, yeah, fast mining for my own convenience and sanity. Shut Up Sam, which... honestly, this does help a bit because one of my biggest gripes with the game was the fact that Sam would always interrupt dialogue between your squad mates. This is like dialogue that happens when you're driving around planets. And basically he would just talk over like, there's a mining area, there's a camp, there's a mineral, just stuff like that. He'll just talk over you. Completely cut the dialogue off, which kind of sucks because the best part of the game, in my opinion, is the squad mates, like the banter and the dialogues that you can get. Like, it's a lot of comedy and humorous and a lot of humor, a lot of lore building and character background building. So having Sam constantly interrupt that was really bad. In fact, it got to the point in my original playthrough where every time my characters would start talking, I would have to park the car and wait for the dialogue to end, and that would really impact the already poor pacing that the game has. So Sam Shut Up alleviates that slightly. The unfortunate thing about the game is the game likes to talk over itself quite a lot. So even if Sam doesn't tell you there's a Ket base up ahead, one of your squad mates will instead. So if you're driving towards stuff, it's, I don't know. Sam Shut Up is a a plaster on a gunshot wound, I guess, or a band-aid, whatever you want to call it. Either way, Sam not talking as much is good. So shut up, Sam. Highly recommend. Doesn't fix everything with the dialogue interruptions, but it's a step in the right direction. Shorter landing and departure cinematics. I mean, is it really? You know, I can land on planets and leave planets a lot quicker. It's minor, but it's better than it's minor. MEA Fix Pack. I downloaded this. I'm not even sure if it even works because I still come across weird bugs where I lose the ability to use the mouse on screen or something. I don't know. Some of these mods like to deactivate and reactivate sometimes, and I don't know what the hell's going on. But I downloaded the MEA Fix Pack, which essentially is like the Bethesda games unofficial mod, unofficial patch stuff. It's just general bug fixes and quest fixes. Nomad top speed increase. Now that worked for like one stream and then it's never worked again. I have no idea why, but Nomad top speed increase, when it works, it's also a good mod. Again, the biggest problem with this game is pacing and being able to drive around the open world area at a slightly higher speed. Like I think you go from like a max speed of 120 to 200. It definitely makes the game flow a bit better. Now, on the negative side of that, if you're driving too fast towards objectives and camps, it means you're more likely to cut off dialogue. So, if you don't care about dialogue and your squad mates banter between each other, that maybe this mod is a must for you. But for me, it's kind of an optional deal, so it's down to personal preference. Multiplayer powers in single player. Now, I never did this for Mass Effect 3. I know it was a very popular thing to do in Mass Effect 3 for people who like to play like super overpowered shepherds. There's like, oh, I got Annihilation Field and Nova and Biotic Charge. I'm so busted. But yeah, I actually wanted to try out some of these multiplayer powers in single player, and it's actually really fun. Because I'm playing a biotic character, I do have warp. I'm using double warp, and that's pretty much on all of my, favorites. But if you're playing a tech build, obviously you have access to, weird stuff like recon visor and I'm blanking. I'm sure there's another power there. In the combat tree you have Fortify and Avenger Strike. Sorry, Avenger Strike. So yeah, got a few options with our attacks on a multiplayer. So it's just a nice gimmick. And because we're using warp, we also downloaded the warp expose fix because that evolution is broken. I'm assuming it works for multiplayer, because it's a fix for multiplayer, but I'm assuming it works for single player. But I'm basically just making assumptions at this point. I mean, the power works. I'm killing stuff without much of a problem. Double warp, double throw, annihilation. Just all sorts of good stuff. But basically I'm basically a glass tank with my build. A lot of damage. Debuffs and combos going on. A lot of fun. But yeah, multiplayer powers and the warp power fix. Well, this one, I don't even know why I have this one installed, but Havoc Strike fix, which lets the electrical primer for Liam's Havoc Strike actually apply. I mean, it's Liam. I don't think I'd bring him around that. He's worse than Jacob. He's terrible. Nothing likable about him. Cringe. Cringe was a word. Cringe was a person. It would be Liam Costa. But yeah, if you like Liam and you want his power to actually prime, then Havoc Strike fix. Enhanced statistic page basically just improves the stats page, so how much your passives are all combining. You know, so you just go into the page and you see, oh my total recharge speed is bonuses are, you know, blank, or combo damage is blank. You know, so it just gives you a lot of the gives you a more. It just improves the statistics page that you can see in your power tab. Quick loot. I just hit a button. I just hit the boxes and I get all the loot immediately. No menu, no nothing. It's just automatically take all. Now there are some loot boxes that do require to go into it normally that the mod doesn't apply to, like the like for example, there's one with the remnant car or fusion mods. Like I had one on Haval for the adrenaline mod, which is, God, that's such a busted fusion mod for my build. But yeah, that you know, the container for that fusion mod still had the menu, but for the majority of stuff, you know, like looting off corpses, looting out of chests that are in camps, you know, you just press a button and everything just automatically gets added to your inventory. Speeds up gameplay, doesn't slow things down. It's great. It's like playing, you know, Fallout 3 or Fallout 3, Skyrim, New Vegas with the quick loot mod, you know, which replicates the loot menu in Fallout 4. That's the best way I can describe it. Except you, instead of like, you know, having to pick what you want to shoot, it just basically all loots everything. It's good. I mean, it's just, what else can I say? Tempest Superstore basically consolidates all the shops at the Tempest into the consolidates all the shops at the Nexus, and I believe Aya all just be in one shop. So if I want to like buy like rank 5 ammo mods or augmentations or whatever, like I don't have to travel to the hub areas. I could just do it from the Tempest. The only caveat of this mod is it has a different mod installation for each rank. Like you can download all the installations at once, but you have to like enable and re-enable each rank, because every time you level up 10 times, it will increase the quality of the shop. You gotta like micromanage it yourself a little bit, but it's convenient to just have all your shit, have all the stuff. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my own gameplay. Damn it. But it is convenient to have all of your access to all the shops in one place without having to travel too much. So again, don't have to travel to Nexus or Aya all that much, which is good. So Tempest Superstore. Now this one, and I guess the one after it, these two you could argue are cheats, but I'm kind of like in the opinion that it's basically, again, vanilla plus, and it basically rewards you for building a certain way. But what I got here is weight cooldown bonus, and basically, if you remember back to Mass Effect 3, if you carried like barely any weapons or really light weapons with you, you had a bonus to your cooldown. So like if you know, to the point where like, you know, if you Mass Effect 3, you know, if you carry just like a shuriken around, you'd be like there with like half the power cooldown speed, and you could like be a more efficient caster. By default, Andromeda doesn't have that, so you have like lightweight weapons and only one gun on you, and you're really low on weight. The game just doesn't, you just don't benefit from that. But what this mod does is give you that benefit. So when I'm carrying like a really light load, I've got half the power cooldown speed, which really makes playing an adept a lot more fun. Obviously, you're just getting off those powers a lot more often. You know, in a normal vanilla playthrough, you know, maybe pull an enemy, hit a throw to combo them. They will be there at low health, and then you just be sat there for about 10 seconds waiting for your powers to cool down. This adds this makes the caster build a lot more fluent and a lot more spammy, which is really fun. So if you think this is cheating, probably skip this mod. But if not, I'd highly recommend it to anybody that wants to play a caster build. And the next one is no combo cooldown. Now, I think this is, I'm 90% sure this is a visual thing, not an actual damage thing. But in the actually, you know, I should go back. I should mention actually with the weight cooldown. That actually you can actually use that whilst playing multiplayer, which I actually did with a few in the. I actually have that in the gameplay in the background, like the Human Sentinel match and the Guardian, whatever else is playing in the background. Like that has the cooldown bonus, which is why I was able to spam the combos a lot more effectively. So if you go back and watch the gameplay, that's why I'm able to get combos off so efficiently. But anyway, going back to the no combo cooldown. I'm pretty sure this is a visual thing rather than a damage thing, because basically by default the combo explosions, they have a cooldown, like the visual effect. So if you like, let's say for example, you're playing the Asari Adept, you got Lance and Annihilation. You will throw 2 lances at like an enemy up close, and the first lance will cause an explosion, and then the second lance will just hit them. But in the kill feed, it'll say, combo, back to combo. This is just observational analysis, so it might not even be accurate, but I'm 90% sure you still get the damage on both of those hits. You still get combo damage on both, but the visual effect of the explosion isn't there. So what basically this mod does, the no cooldown bonus is, if I hit someone with back-to-back combos, they're going to get 2 explosions on them rather than just the 1 explosion and then the normal hit. So basically makes this adept class, a bit more flashier with the explosions going off. And that's it for that's pretty much it for the mod list. Something else I'll note with this playthrough, I'm trying to make it as easy to watch for people as possible compared to the first Andromeda playthrough, because the first Andromeda playthrough, that was like 100 episodes, and because of the pacing of like the side quests and the overall story, I mean, just traveling everywhere, scanning everything, like the grind is just so so bad. I'm doing certain things to like make that life a bit easier. So for example, like I'm not going to be doing all the side quests in one go like I did for Andromeda, because what that resulted in was me having a mental breakdown because of Kadara. Like Kadara, there were so many side quests that sent you to Kadara, and my biggest problem was I was clearing the planet completely. I was like 100% in like planets, and then like as soon as I leave, I'll be told to go back, and that still happens with this playthrough. Like my god, like they bloody had. I did a quest on Haval. I cleared Haval, and then as soon as I left, I looked at my terminal, checked my emails on the Tempest, and I had an email telling me to go back to Haval. So the moment I left, it's that kind of shit. Like the backtracking, the game does not communicate well, and you basically just get, told, oh, you spent about a day on Haval or Kadara or whatever doing every single quest. Well, can you go back there and do another quest? It's infuriating. So to try and avoid or reduce that annoyance, I'm basically like, I was basically powering through the main quests. You know, basically I've unlocked all the planets now as I'm speaking, and I'm only just going back and clearing, you know, side quests and all that stuff. You know, so basically, like, you know, the less times I have to travel to a planet, the better. It's the goal. On top of that, there's certain quests that you guys don't need to see and don't need to put up with watching. So stuff like, you know, scanning rocks for the scientists, you know, that's gonna happen off stream. Scanning planets, I'll do all the planet scanning off stream, but I'll still record it and like compile like you know, anything that's relevant. You know, so if I scan like a destroyed shuttle and it's like, oh, it's a quest, you know, I'll leave that in. But like anything where it's just me scanning like systems just for the sake of, you know, anomalies that give you a few piles of copper or whatever, like, you know, we don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. So we'll edit that out. And also, there's some like systems that just have nothing in it. Like like there was like a handful of systems where I scan every planet and it is not even a single quest or anomaly or anything. It's just a completely useless, like it doesn't need to be there system. So we're gonna scan, you know, basically do all the scanning related stuff and collectible stuff. You know, same goes for the, you know, loot boxes and the mining stuff. You know, edit that stuff out. You guys really don't need to see that. And yeah, I think that's about it. So, Adept Insanity. That's the goal for Andromeda. And I just check my scheduling. I think I'll publish this intro video, way before the first episode of Andromeda comes out. So I want you guys to come and watch the streams. The streams have actually been really fun. But yeah, the last episode of Mass Effect 3 at the moment is scheduled to come out on the 9th of September, which would make the first episode of Andromeda drop on 16th of September. We've got a long ways off before anybody on YouTube will see the playthrough. But for people on Twitch, come by, have a look. Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And like I said, it's still like retirement run of this series. Alright, I've rambled long enough. This video is probably longer than I intended, but hopefully you guys have a good day, have a good night, have a good forever. And we'll see you either in September when Andromeda finishes, and or on Twitch when I'm still doing it. Also, go check out my Mass Effect 3 single player playthrough and leave some ratings, because I actually had a decent amount of fun on that. All right, I go watching. Goodbye.